At the beginning of the year, war in Mali dominated the news from West Africa, but insurgency in Nigeria was escalating. In May, President Goodluck Jonathan said Boko Haram had captured territories, and its attacks and kidnappings amounted to a declaration of war. The president declared emergency rule in 3 northeastern states.
Wherever they may go, we will hunt them down. We will fish them out, and will bring them to justice. No matter what it takes, we will win this war against terror.
It was Nigeria's largest to-date offensive against Boko Haram. In the first 6 months of the state of emergency, the military secured northern cities, but attacks continued in the countryside. Army spokesperson Colonel Muhammad Dole.
We are also able to cut most of their supplies. So the attack on villages is a desperation so that they can survive. You know, they don't have food, they don't have water.
Dole said some insurgents also fled to neighboring countries. In November, the United States declared Boko Haram and splinter group Ansaru foreign terrorist organizations. Emergency rule was extended for another 6 months. 2 weeks later, residents of Maiduguri, the original home of the insurgency, said they felt safe for the first time in years.
From the past experience, since then we didn't have of any insurgent, we didn't have of any chilling around, so at least we can say, yeah, life is better now.
On December 2nd, it all changed when militants attacked the Air Force, the Army, and the police in one coordinated attack. The military imposed a 24-hour curfew for the first time in years. Hours after the attack on the military in Maiduguri, witnesses said Boko Haram fighters drove in on bicycles and opened fire. Human Rights Watch says Boko Haram has killed thousands of people in the past 4 years, and heavy-handed tactics by security forces have killed hundreds more. Researcher Eric Gutchis says inter-community violence has also killed thousands of people. He says the government's failure to prosecute offenders is feeding the Boko Haram crisis.
One of the reasons that they have used to justify these attacks to say is that when Muslims were attacked in Plateau State, for example, those who carried out the attacks, nothing happened to them and the government turned a blind eye.
More violence is expected before Nigeria's 2015 presidential elections. The Nigerian military says it continues to battle Boko Haram, killing fighters in shootouts and air raids. But in the countryside, locals say people are still being killed, homes are still being burnt, and that they still live in fear. Heather Murdock for VOA News, Maiduguri, Nigeria.